Welcome back to the channel, guys. Pat Card Scale Dreams. First off, I just want to thank all my subscribers, viewers, for the support on the last video I did, the shop tour. There's really appreciate the thumbs ups, views, likes, comments. Very much appreciated. Still a little bit of work to be done to my hobby room. Just in terms of organizing my kits and building some shelves. But anyways, so I have a bit of an update on the hashtag 60 Mustang 60 group build that Mike over at Scale Speedworks is putting on. The deadline's coming up really quick, so which is April 17th. So I've been trying to get a lot of work done on this. I got to go back to work tomorrow, so last night I stayed up. I did a bunch of things. So yeah, where I'm at right now is I've got the glass in. Having issues with my paint on the body. For whatever reason, it seems like it's still tacky. So I don't have a dehydrator, and I really wish I did, because I'd throw it in there. Anyways, I'm just trying to get it finished. I've made some fingerprint marks on it. I'm not impressed, but I'm going to push through and get it done anyway. So I'll just show you really quick where my fingerprints are. Putting in the glass last night, right there, right on that trim above the window. So yeah, not impressed. Like, I knew the paint was soft, and I've been trying to work around it, and keeping it undercover, because I don't know, honestly, I don't know what happened to this paint and why it's not fully curing. Because I painted my my Chevelle at the same time almost, and yeah, I don't know, the Chevelle's dried, and this one just, I don't know. Anyways, moving on. So today I'm going to just give you guys a little how I do my panel lines. So what I use, I'm just about done this. It's folk art, craft paint, acrylic. This is pure black in the satin. So I have this pre-mixed. I have a big bottle, well, this bottle's full of it, and I use it as a black wash, and I've got it labeled there. So I don't know if you guys have ever, it's fairly thick wash. It's not quite, it's a little thinner than you would put through your airbrush. Let's just say that. It's the best way I can explain. Like, I don't normally keep track of my, like, ratios, so all I know is it's probably twice as thin as an airbrush wash. Sometimes I do add a little water to it if it's too thick for my needs. That way, it's easier to add water than paint for me. So yeah, and the reason I like to use this stuff So that I'm just using a long brush. So obviously the reason I like to use this rather than my, because I have two other washes. I'll just quickly show those. I don't even use these really unless it's for like engine and stuff. So I got my enamel washes by Ammo. I've actually got two of them. But I don't like to use them on my bodies because it's just scary. So yeah, I like to use the, like I said, the acrylic stuff. This stuff doesn't flow as good. But and it's not as dark. It's not nearly as dark as the enamel stuff. Like I can put a couple coats down and it still won't be as dark. So it is dark, but I can still see a little bit of red through there, which is perfect for me. I don't want it jet black. Although that did turn out, the back part did turn out a lot blacker than the front. So I just wanted to even it out. So I'm just going to go ahead and do another coat on this side. So you see a couple little spots that I've went over. So I'll just grab my rag. Just a little bit of water on it. And it cleans up really, really easy, being acrylic, so that turned out really nice. So I'll spin it around and do this door. And like this brush is awesome. It holds a bit of paint. And it applies really, really nice. So what kind of brushes you use obviously is going to make the job easier or more difficult. I just find these long brushes, long, thin. So it says right on it's a liner. So it's for like doing long lines and stuff. I really like this brush. Okay, so there's the door. So that didn't turn out as dark as that. So I'm going to have to go over it. And it's kind of nice I don't have to do the bottom because it's already black. And I did use the my new chrome pens for the trim on the front and the back windows, which turned out pretty good, I think, for freehand. I don't like doing it freehand. It's just, I find it's hard to get an even line, but it turned out pretty decent. Good enough for me anyway. I don't like this camera angle. It's hard to... So I'm just going to switch up this angle for the trunk. Be right back. Okay, like I said, I just got to finish up the trunk area. Um, before I made this wash, this specific wash, I used to just throw some paint in one of these holders and then just kind of just play it by ear. And I used to have to go over it 2 or 3 times. So I ended up, like I said, making this bottle of black wash and labeling it as such. And I find that works good for me. So as you can see, super easy cleanup. Looks good. Okay, so that's how I do my panels, my door jambs and my trunk and whatnot. Yeah. So I'll just do a quick little update of where I'm at. So this, I got the tail lights done. They turned out really good. So that's UV resin. So I had to put, so these were so thin that the lenses that went with it, because this was a whole panel that went across, I cut out the center section, detached the bezels from what the piece that normally goes in there, and then so the lenses, if I put them on the back, they would stick out around the sides. So I didn't like that, obviously. It didn't look clean enough for me. So I made some backing out of embossing foil. So that's just the foil in behind there. And filled it in with UV resin, painted it red. And then I did another coat over top of the paint. So the paint's kind of sandwiched in between two coats of UV resin. UV resin on the bottom, paint, then I topped it up with more UV resin to get the that shine again, because the paint doesn't quite shine like the resin does, and that looks awesome. So I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. That's gonna look really cool. So I also did, these aren't finished. I just basically I just have to glue in my lens, which of course won't come out. I just set it in there a minute ago. So I'll just show you real quick if I can get this off, what I did here. So obviously I've drilled these out. Oh, I just about had it. So I drilled out, even though these lenses are super small compared to the 1-to-1, like they're totally out of proportion. These should be way bigger. They should almost fill this whole bezel thing. But anyways, this is what I had to work with, so I just worked with it. Okay, so I drilled this out because it was molded in yucky thing that most of us modelers hate. So I drilled them out And then I was trying to figure out a way to have the bezel inside that concave shape. And I couldn't really figure anything out that was going to be too easy. So I had extra lenses. So I glued those in behind the opposite way to create that. And then I used my liquid chrome to get that painted up. And then the same lens that's in there goes on the top. So that's how I did that, and I think it turned out really good. Really happy with that turnout. And then I got my little tiny grill finished. So you did the Tamiya clear on the turn signals and UV resin over top. I even tried to paint the Mustang emblem, and I also put UV resin over top of that. So that turned out really good. Pretty impressed with that. The red doesn't show up as good as the blue. I didn't know if you guys can see that, but I'm pretty happy with that. I might go over the honeycomb stuff with a mechanical pencil just to give it a different look. We'll see. But yeah, that's how it's looking. It's looking really good. The only problem, like I said, I'm having is the paint not drying, and that's giving me fits. But like I said, I'm just going to go through and I'm just going to finish this. So, I did put the engine in it. So I had to line up, because I made the axle go all the way through. It was supposed to be the kit has pins to go in, but I made an axle all the way through, so I had to drill holes in the engine, line it all up, and get that in there. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but I got it. And I'm not even worried about this because I'm going to be gluing the hood shut anyway. I just wanted it to look decent from the bottom, even though I'm not even really going to show the bottom anyway, but that's how that's looking anyway. Not really too worried about that. I just made the exhaust out of solder, and then I'm going to put aluminum tips right in front of right on the ends. So I think that'll look pretty sharp once I get it all set up. So that's where I'm at, trying to get this done. And I hope everyone else is doing well. It's Friday. It's my Sunday. So I hope everyone has a great weekend. Play safe. Pad out, model on.
Thank you. Thank you very much.